Now, the other day I had got an email from one of my followers, and she had said that I asked her what her problem was, why wasn't she doing well, or how did she feel that she could do better, and she had said that she had a head full of knowledge, but she wasn't taking action on it. She knew what to do, but she wasn't working on it. Now, that probably seems a little bit weird. You'd think that if you had a head full of knowledge, you would know exactly what to do. And that is almost like if you imagine you read all the manuals on how to drive a car. You went out to your car, then you sat in the car, you turned the key, you revved the engine a couple of times, maybe played around with the buttons on the dashboard, played around with the radio, but you never actually took the handbrake off the car, put into gear, and drove out onto the road and went for a spin in your car. It's almost like that. You know all the practical stuff, but you haven't put it into action. Now, one thing I would probably say, a person who is like that, one of the things that may be affecting them is a confidence issue. It may be that they see everybody else as an expert, but compared to them, everybody is up on a huge pedestal and they are kind of looking up from where they are. But I'm here to tell you that, you mightn't call yourself an expert, yes, there may be people who know more than you. I know people who know more than me, and who are further along than I am. But I also know there's people who are behind me. I know people who, have questions on self-publishing, maybe content creation, and all those different things, are writing emails. And to me, or to them, I probably seem like an expert. So that's what I want you to think about. There isn't this kind of you behind one line and all the experts and everybody else on the other side of it. If you imagine it's like a long kind of Conga line, people at the front of the line are probably the experts. Everybody probably recognises them as the experts in the niche, and you are further along on that line. But as I said, there's people who are further along behind you who know nothing at all about your topic, who would love to be able to get in touch with an expert. And again, the experts at the very, very start of the line probably have huge courses that are maybe a couple of $100 of a price tag on them. But that doesn't mean that you, further along the line, couldn't create a course for that person who is just right behind you for a fraction of that cost. And again, too, sometimes people like dealing with people who aren't way, way ahead. If you, say for example, you had problems or you needed some self-motivation and you had a chance maybe to sit down with maybe Tony Robbins or something like that, you could hire him for a couple of hours and he could help you out. Now, that is okay for some people. Some people could sit down from Tony Robbins and not be intimidated by him and, get the full value out of that. But the majority of people, the odd person on the street, would probably feel more comfortable talking with a therapist who is just a couple of levels, or somebody who is a kind of, not a huge expert, but is an expert kind of partially there, because that person is more approachable to them. They feel more comfortable talking to them. They know that if they send an email to that person, there's a good chance that person is going to get back and respond to them. Whereas, if you send maybe a message to Tony Robbins, I'd imagine he has a load of staff that are between you and him, and the chances of you getting through to him is very stiff. So in that case, then sometimes people actually like dealing with somebody who is maybe just a couple of rungs up the ladder from them, rather than dealing with somebody who they will never ever get into contact with and maybe feel intimidated by doing their work or speaking to them. So that's what I want you to think about. Even though you mightn't think you are an expert, as I said, there are people who are behind you who know little to nothing about what you of the topic, and you could be the expert in their eyes. Now, that could be one reason why people have a confidence issue and they have this head full of knowledge. Now, another thing is, a lot of people think that they need a huge amount of knowledge before they take action. I know I fell into that that kind of mindset as well too. For many years I would buy loads of courses, ebooks, all those different things on email, on marketing, on creating websites, on how to write an ebook and all those different things. And I came to a stage when I had bought so many of those courses that I found after a while I was actually looping back on myself, and the content I was buying was stuff that I already knew. And in some cases, when I read through the ebook, I had found flaws in that ebook, I would say to myself, well, this could have been explained better. He should have added this piece in. And I found that I was actually writing a better book in my head than the one I was actually reading. And it came to a point that I said to myself, why am I buying this content? Because I actually know more than the people who are, selling this content. And if I know more than they know, and they are taking action on the little knowledge that they know, they're the ones that are actually making the money. I'm not making money from filling my head with knowledge. It's only when you have the head full of knowledge and actually take action on that knowledge that you start making money and you start working a way forward. So like here was me in my 30s, I knew all this knowledge, and then I could have a 16-year-old who was only on the planet 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden they're off to the races with a video course or with an ebook or something like that. And it came to the stage I just, I said to myself, why the hell was I thinking like that? Why shouldn't I, take action on the knowledge that I have? So, as I said, a lot of us have this kind of mindset when it comes to learning or taking action in our business. What we do is, if you imagine like a triangle shape, I can't do the triangle with one hand, but if you can imagine a triangle shape, a lot of people think that they need to fill the triangle all the way up to the top, up the very, very point. And when they reach that tiny bit, that is the piece that they will take action on. So if you imagine there's a lot of knowledge going into that triangle, but at the very, very tip, that is where the action is taking place. So you've got a whole lot of knowledge going in, and you've got a small bit of action going out at the top. Whereas what I had been told, and it is really, really useful, is to take that triangle, turn it upside down. And what you do is you take a small bit of knowledge in, but you take a huge piece of action on that small bit of knowledge. So for example, if you came upon a book maybe that you were reading through and it gave you an idea for maybe emails or something like that, how to come up with an email idea. So what you would do is you would put the book aside, put that page down or bookmark that page and solely concentrate on that one page. Come up with tons and tons and tons of email ideas. Then go and get those emails and put them into an autoresponder or something like that, if you know how to do that. But what I mean is, take huge action on the little bit of knowledge that you do. Because, as I said, you have all these 16-year-olds or all these younger people who are coming up behind you, who have all these courses on Facebook or all these courses on YouTube or Udemy or whatever, and you probably know a lot more than they know. And the reason they are actually getting paid or being recognised for the content they're creating is because they are taking action on the little bit of knowledge that they do. So, as I said, probably one of the two biggest reasons people in that situation who know what to do and don't know what to do is that they see everybody else as an expert and they look down on themselves and think that they are somebody who nobody should listen to, nobody should buy any products of. And it's a confidence thing. It's something you need to build up, and the only way you build your confidence up is actually making a fool of yourself, taking action, creating products and seeing how they go and learning from that. You'll never actually learn how to drive a car sitting in the driveway, turn the key and just revving it every day. You need to get out and you need to take action on the knowledge you do. Again, as I said, rather than working with a whole lot of knowledge, work with something simple this week. Has there been some action tip that you could do? Turn your triangle upside down, take a huge amount of action on that little bit of knowledge that you have found. And then what you can do then next week then is take another piece of knowledge and take a huge amount of action on that. So you're actually taking more action than your knowledge, and it's action that you're going to be rewarded for. It's action that's going to get you subscribers, action that's going to get you your readers, action that's going to put money in your bank account, and action that's going to make you seem more of an expert, and it's going to move you further along that Conga line from where you are right now, because there are people who are right behind you now who have far less knowledge than you have and who are going to pass you out because they are going to take massive action on the little piece of knowledge that they have. So I hope I helped you out in some way with that. I hope maybe clarified, or I hope maybe I gave you a kind of mental kick in the butt to get you to take action, or maybe to have a look at why you are the way you are, because as I said, it's action that you're going to be rewarded for. So it's not the knowledge in your head. There's no point in taking all that knowledge to the graveyard with you. It's going to be no use to anybody. Go and take action on it and share that knowledge with other people and go out there and make some money. So if you'd like to know more about me, or if you'd like to ask me a question, you're very welcome to send an email to barryjmcdonald@gmail.com, or if you'd like to know more about the website that I hang out on and the courses I create and what I do over on my website, you're very welcome to come over to writecom.com. That's WRITECOME.com, and you'll find everything over there. So as always, thanks for sharing your time with me again today, and take care and have a great day. Bye bye.